Quiet. Quiet for 2 hours then. There we go. There we go. All right. And we got some barking dogs in our show as per normal. So, it's just good boy, good girl. Adjust our video here a little bit. Nope, wrong way. Hey Bangtime, what's up? I do this on my phone, so just gotta set this up. It's pretty funny. Pretty ghetto setup over here, buddy. Just doing everything on my phone still. Well, 2 phones really. I'm looking at one phone and then I have my other phone kind of up on the roof in a little just a little phone holder. But you know, it does the job. Can you hear me okay? Episode number, what, 7? Wow. That's pretty good. Let me know if y'all can hear me. How's it going? Ready to rock and roll? Can you hear what I'm saying? Okay, good. Yeah, I see that. All right, let's get going. Rack number 1. Been playing so lousy at League. Do you play Do you play league bag time? Do you guys do any leagues down where you're at? Where are you again? You're in Florida? I forget. Or Texas, or where the hell are you? Just gotta find my chalk here. Where I put it. Huh. Weird. Oh, I know where it is. I got it. Rack number 1. Come on, 2-ball. All right, we made a ball. Florida, yeah. I'm up in the Great White North, Alberta, Canada. Okay, so we have shots on solids and stripes here. Six has to go before the 7. And the 4-ball goes. I have an opening shot here on the 1-ball. And 5-ball goes there, but it's blocking the 3. So if I was going to play solids, what would I play? What would you play? I don't mind this 1 as an opener. Come 2 rails out. I could get on this 4 or the 6. Depending how I get on that, it's going to depend what I do from there. Saving the 7-ball for last would be nice for the 8. And then if I'm going to play stripes, I have an opener on the 12. I have a duck over the side. This 11-ball is a really tight shot on my table into the middle here. So it's really super tight, but it does go into the middle. So that's an option. But what do I do here if I'm stripes? Guess I could play the 12 and try to stun over here. Or I could play it a little firm and try to come out for the 13. Then I could try this 11 in the side. Then use the 9 to come down here for the 15. And then I'd have to get a good angle on the 14 to come back out for the 12, I think. And then I'd use the 12 to get on the 10 and then come under for the 8 into this corner. So, oh no, because I'm shooting the 12 first, so the 12's already gone. So 12, 13, 11, 9, 15, 14. 14 to the 10 is trouble. So maybe it's better to leave this 14 for last because it's easy to just roll this in. So maybe 12, 13, hopefully maybe play this window, get the 10, then the 11, 9, 15, 14, 8-ball. If you were going to go stripes. Let's see what you got to say. The 11 is tight. Yeah. I think I'm with you. I think we play this one ball. We try to come out to the center here for the 6 or the 4. So let's try that. All right. It's not too bad. I can see the 3 from here, and the 6, and the 4. Kind of like getting this 4 out of here. But it's kind of tricky to not get hooked. If I come off this rail and I clip this 11, that's it. The run's over. I'm hooked on everything. So maybe the correct way to play this is to actually play it in between this window this way. So that if I stop short, I got the 3, but if I go far, I got the 5, or I have the 7 up into this corner. So I play this one cushion and come this way in between the 12 and 13 like this. Over here I got the 7, I got the 5, and over here I got the 3. Because I see a lot of problems. If I try to bring this perfectly across this way, I see a lot of bad things can happen. I guess if I hit the 13, you know, I could leave myself a bank on the 7. I don't know. This is the first rack also. I'm kind of cold. Not kind of cold, I'm really cold. I haven't played a ball all day. So that was my first shot of the day. It's my second shot of the day. So I think the natural way to play this is to play it through this window, honestly. The cue ball wants to naturally move forward just a little bit off this shot, so. Well, even that's not bad. We ended up with the 6, you know. I like the way that that line was because we had so many options. If I go short, I got the 3. If I stop here, I got the 5. I got the 7. I have the 5, and yeah, as you see here, we even have the 6. So I didn't predict that, but I'll take it. So now we got to be cautious here. It would be nice if the 3 went by the 5, but it doesn't. So do we go 6, 7, 5 or 6, 5? Because if we go 6 then 5, it gives us more options because off the 5 then we're playing for the 3 or the 7. Okay, now it's going to be 5-ball or 7-ball. If I do a stop on the 7, I have the 5. And then with the 5, it's kind of touchy. I gotta play out here for the 3 somehow. So let me see how straight I am on this 7-ball. Pretty straight. I could draw it back to the pocket right about here. Then if I shoot it from here, what do I got? From here I could come, I don't like coming into the 8, but hey, what are you going to do? Right now I'm just off center on this 5-ball and I'm looking, can I get from the 5 to the 3? I think the 7 is the way to go. Man, this table's dirty. Got all kinds of dust. I'll brush that off after this. Can I come 2 rails out under the 10 for the 3? There's a lot of good things that can happen there. Am I overthinking this? Do I just go 1 rail and come into the 8-ball? I hate touching the other balls if I can avoid it. I can get under this 10 and then I can get up here for the 3. It's a possibility. I think it's easier to play position that way. Yeah, I think that was the way to play it. Now this 8 does go by the 10 and I got pretty natural position, but I could also play inside and come on this side. I could also just stun underneath. A lot of different options here. Look at my potting angle. I like playing a little inside on the shot personally. Oh, man. Not enough. Did I get lucky? No, I didn't even get lucky. That was not the smartest shot. So I don't know what to play here now. Jeez. Man, oh man. The 11 is blocking my bank corner. Do I have a 3 bank? If I just hit it past here, can I miss the 9? Let's try it for the highlight reel. I don't, maybe I have a kiss off this and I can just barely miss the 9 and go into the corner. Looks possible. Let's try to kiss off. Oh, I just touched the 9, but that was so close. Oh, it was makeable. It was makeable. Hey. Sorry about that, my chihuahuas. Paco, it's enough. Okay. Now I'm gonna do this. This run out here. Let's plan it out. $13 goes, 12 goes. So you just got to think of a pattern, an easy pattern, right? Maybe it's nice to just roll this in and go down for the 15, get it out of the way. What would be a safe shot? If you were a lower division player, you might want to play down here for position so that, you know, but I mean, with open balls like this, you have to go for it. But a lot of players play the two-way shots. Rack number 1. It should have been a run out, but I underplayed that one ball there. terribly. I do have a bunch of, I have 3 ball sets on my table, and I just put them all away and put the box up here, and the box was dusty, so got some dust on my, all over the table here, so just be patient for a second here. Let me just give this a little brush down. I do have a vacuum. I usually vacuum this as well. And with the Simonis, you can wipe it down too, which is really nice. But for today, just a little brush is good, just to get this dust. I did a cool drill. I did a couple drills, and I did a trick shot video. But I just have to edit them and put them on my channel. I haven't been doing any videos for quite a while, so nice to get a couple videos done. I did the recent one that Darren Appleton did. I'm not sure if you've seen it. He just released a new one, the double diamond chain 9-ball drill. You got a diamond of balls here and a diamond of balls over there and a 9 in the middle. And it's a pretty cool one. It was pretty difficult, took me a little while. I got to eventually take this table apart, and I want to do some work on the tracks, and I want to clean out the inside again and try to make it quieter. My only beef with this table is how loud it is, so I've been trying to think of ways I can make it quieter inside. And I got to thinking, you know what, maybe I can just redesign the entire inside to make it so that these just go into one thing that comes directly down here. Just kind of modify it my own way. But we'll see what happens with that. I don't have too many viewers here, so let me just stop for a minute and share this on my Facebook page. See if I can get some Facebook viewers, or if you could share this on your page somewhere, this stream, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah. Don't have my normal viewers. Well, maybe this is just going to be a 10-episode show and I'll try something else. I thought the idea was awesome, but it doesn't seem to be getting that much of a response. So, I mean, I'm not doing this for fame or anything. I'm just trying to give back to the community. But if this isn't what my viewers want, then I'm trying to do other stuff. So, all right. Rack number 2. a very good break. Pretty lousy break, to be honest. I didn't get a good snap on that at all. So, don't even really have much of a choice here for openers. So this kind of rack is maybe one I'd be looking at playing a lot of safety. If I was playing this rack, let's look at low ball first. Three ball is very, very tight, but it actually would drop into the side pocket. And I could come into this 9 ball and I'd have a shot on the 5. And that would be literally the shot of the rack. Like if that went in, probably could run out from there. Stripes. I have a 9 in the middle. I have a reasonable bank shot on this 10. And same thing, if I get the opener, I like my chances of running out. The only issue is the 13, but you could play, if you're on the right side of the 9, you play the 9, you come into the 13 and open it up, and you got this 14 ball, so that's an option as well. Such a tight shot into the middle here for the solids. Is it worth going for? Or do I play the bank and try to come up here and do the stripes? Is there a safety a person could play here? Pretty difficult. Pretty difficult to leave no shot here. You can maybe try to roll over here, but you'd probably be giving up the 10 or something. Let's look at this bank. Just such a sucker for middle pocket shots that I think I can run this out. I'm going to play solids and I'm going to go for this 3 ball. Just can't turn it down. I like this better than the bank, to be honest. But the bank's not a bad shot either. Oh, man. Stuff, and I have this 9 ball. I could play the 9 and then the 14 goes. So if I play the 9 and bump that 3 ball, I open up the 13 and I have a shot on the 9. Maybe that's the shot. It's a cleaner shot. It's an easier shot. I think that might be the better shot to play here. It's way easier than the 3 ball or the bank. I think I'm going to try that. What if I play it with a high ball and just... What I'm worried about is I'm worried about the cue ball ending up over here and not touching the 13. I don't see a way this doesn't hit the 3. So if it touches the 3, I either come out towards the 2 ball and I have the 15, or I come into the 13 and I have the 14. I don't know. Maybe I should play this with like kind of aggressively. I chose to play it aggressively so that I knew I would have the cut on the 14. It's not the easiest cut, but it does go. I do have the 15 ball as well. 15 ball is not a bad shot. Let's look at this 14. 14 is coming into the 3 or getting under the 3. Let's try the 14. Whew. I didn't like that. I didn't like that we rolled behind the 2. I thought I'd come off the rail and hit the 3 if anything. Now I've rolled behind the 2. And I'm not sure what I have here. If I have this 15. Don't really have the 15. I have the 11. Man, this sucks. The 11, if I can go in between this 8 and 4, I can bounce out for the 13 or the 15. It almost looks like it's fairly natural to pot this and thread that window. So I think that's all we have. Let's try for it. Not too bad. We got the 13 out of it. We did manage to thread the window. Now we're actually looking pretty good here because we got the 13 up to the corner and we can play the 15, go down for these 2 balls, and then the 8 ball still goes. Oh, I went wide with it. Oh my goodness. Man, I better not do this when I play the tournament. What a sellout. Jeez. Anything but wide on that. I can even hit up to this diamond. Jeez, I gotta stop making that mistake. Okay, so here I don't know. I like the 2, 5, and then the 8 last, so I'm going to try to get back around for this 3, or even the 3 ball last is okay if you get nice and straight in on it. So let me think of a path here. I see the 4 ball right off the hop, 6 come up for the 7 or the 1, and then play the 2, 5, 3, and 8. Let's see how this works. All that work on the stripes. It can be so disappointing at times. Oh, I miscued on that. Miscued on that. Well, if we come back for, now we're stripes. If we come back for this, we could play the 15 now in the middle, and we don't have to come back for it. Thing is, if we come back for it, we have to play it into this pocket. So probably best to just take it now. Oh, dogs almost talked me out of that shot. Paco, settle down now. Short backstroke on these longer ones I find is very effective. To get a really positive stroke. Now I'm straighter on this ball than I want it to be, but I should be able to still play top and side and get out to the middle of the table-ish. Fairly easily. Now I'm just off center, so I'm going to play tops on this just so I can get a little closer to the 8-ball. We got a stop shot 8-ball here. Okay, that was rack number 2, not the best. We sold out. We made some tough shots on the stripes there, and then missed our key ball. You know, that's 8-ball. What are you gonna do? It's part of it. So then we had a run out for. We went back and forth there a little bit, didn't we? I miscued on the solids. And then I ended up having to play the stripes again. So, and miscues are always human error. All right. Rack number 3. I can't see any comments or anything, so I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or what, but I don't know if I'm connected here at all to this. So let me just see here. Okay, we're on rack number 3 here. Let's see if we could get a better break than that last one. I didn't really get into it very well. I didn't snap the wrist or anything. It was kind of soft. Again, I'm not hitting head ball very squarely. So it's going to be another chess match here. But it looks like, you know, this is a tough rack here. We've got some issues. Let's look at the solids first. Right away, I look at the 8-ball. The 8-ball is like really messed up here. It's tied up. So it's got to get broken out. Opening shots, I have a 4-3 combination for solids. I have this 6 into the corner, which could potentially open up this cluster. I can see the 2 ball. I could see the 1 ball. The 7 ball is actually pretty tricky to get onto. That's solids. For stripes, 12 goes. I have an opening shot on the 9. The 11 does go in here. These two will go in that corner or this corner. The 15 could be squeaked into the side. Also, let's see here. As long as you're fairly straight on this 15, it's easy enough to avoid the scratch. So something I've noticed with these types of racks is my initial reaction is to come into here and smash these, right? But I don't know that things are going to open up well. So sometimes it's good to just pick away things. I know the 11 will go. The 14 and the 8 are the ones that are tied up, right? Well, what's tying up the 14? This 3 ball is. So I can actually come off this rail and hit this 3 ball out of the way, potentially getting a shot on this, right? Then coming back around to deal with the 8. Or I could try to come into the 14, but what would that get me? If I hit the left side of this 14, as I'm looking at it, if I hit this side of the 14 with the cue ball, a lot of good things can happen because the cue ball comes into this 14 and heads this direction. So as long as it hits the 5 here, I'm going to have one of these 2 shots up into that corner. And the 14 will hit the 11 out here, and it'll bank off the 11 and potentially go out here. If I hit this properly into the left side of the 14. And so I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Actually, if I aim to shoot this in and I aim to hit the 8-ball square, like I've aimed to visualize hitting the 8-ball square, I'll get the contact I want. I'll hit the left side of the 14. The cue ball will hit the 5. The 14 will hit the 11 and bounce out. The 11 and 14 should both go. And in a perfect world, we get out from there. Does that seem too lofty? I don't know. But that's really how I feel about it. I feel pretty comfortable playing all my straight pool that I've been playing, shooting this, and I know I'm hitting the rail here. So I have to play this with just a little bit of inside to be able to, or a little bit of top to be able to get the contact in the 14 that I want. So I'm going to try this. Let's see here. Let's visualize to make sure that I'm actually getting the angle that I want. Yeah, it's actually coming in the 5. So I got to hit it almost center ball to kind of pop this into the 14 here. Let's try it. Yep, so not exactly, but pretty close to what we thought was going to happen. That 14 hit that 11 up all the way up here, and the 14 squirted out, so it does go. The 11 goes and the 12 goes, so like that was a game-winning shot right off the bat. If, you know, I can deliver here. So now I'm going to see if this 10 ball goes. The 10 ball does go past the 8, so I'm not going to worry about getting on the 10 right off the bat. I think I'm actually going to come down here for this 11 Or I could play for the 14. And I could use this, let's see here. We got to really think about this because it's really easy to mess up these patterns. I have this 15 ball as well right now, but I don't like that. Where do I need to be to make this 14? If I'm here, I could shoot the 14 in. Up here, I could play for the 11 or the 14 here. So I think that's the way to play this. Play two-way, kind of a two-way shot. See how we end up. Not quite perfect on the 11, but I do have a nice shot on this 14 ball. $14 playing for the 15 next, or the 10. So we try to float it. We can cut this into the middle and try to float it over to here. We would like to be on this side of the 11. We'd like to be on this side of the 11, so we could shoot in the 11. Then play the 12, 10, and 8. It's a back cut into the side, so it's actually not an easy shot to see. But we're playing for the 10 or the 11, right? Depending how we play it. If we land a little short, we take the 10, and hopefully we get perfect on this. So this is the key shot for the rack. It's really not exactly where I wanted to be for this 15, but it does work for what we need. So stand up, visualize the entire shot, come over and look again exactly where you want to be, right? Want to be exactly here. Right here, this is where I want to be. So it looks like I might roll actually a little more forward than that. So I'd like to be right here where my Q-tip is. So I'm going to visualize that. Look at my potting angle again. And I hit it well short. And that's okay. That's okay. I kind of wimped out on a little bit there. But we have options here. I think the safest way to play this is to play it off this cushion with side. Try to come back for this 12 ball. Because it's hard for me to, if I play draw, I'm going to put this right into the side. So it's kind of a touchy shot now that I played. I got myself in a little bit of trouble here. And even if I come up to this 7 ball, I'll still have this this 12. So I don't need to get too greedy with my pot, and I don't need to get too greedy with the siding. Just got to make sure I get on this side of the 7 ball comfortably. And let's see if we can do that. Then we should be able to get this 12, 11. Now ultimately it would be perfect position would be to land right on this, right about on this line right here, because then we could just shoot this and stun in, or we could play the cushion and come out for the 11. I don't know if I can, that's something I can manage. I'd like to not be on the rail if possible. And even if I'm up here, I could play follow with inside and come around. So I have to really just focus on making this shot. And what I just did is very important to do if you're looking to improve your 8-ball skill. You know, coming down and looking at the perfect position, that's one thing, right? But sometimes people just do that and then they get down and shoot and they try to make it there. Look at all the other areas that you could end up. You know, I could even end up frozen to this 7 and I could still make this 12 ball. So once you realize all the different areas that you can make the ball and you can't, like, okay, from over here, I'm in trouble. So now I know at bare minimum, I want to make sure I get into this area here, like, you know, into this area so that I'll have some type of a shot. But it's always good to look at, you know, all the way over here I can make it to, man, even if I was right beside the 2, I could still probably cut the 12 in. So it's a wide margin of error, but I need to be within this triangle, right? I need to be within here. So ultimately, you'd want to come in and towards this ball, right? But just try your best. Well, now that I've visualized that, I'm looking at where I'm contacting the rail and how my spin is going to grab. I'm thinking about how firm I have to hit it. I'm going to hit it with the right hand side on the cue ball. So that's going to adjust my aim slightly. I'm going to have to adjust my aim slightly to throw it in a little bit. Since I'm throwing it left, I'm going to be aiming a little on this side of the rail, so that if I throw it, I'm giving myself more pocket. So these are all things that I'm thinking. That's what this stream is about. You know, talking about what I'm thinking. And hopefully that will help you, your thought process in your 8-ball game. And fact is, whether I get down and dog this ball or not, it doesn't change the stuff that I should do, or the stuff that you should do in these situations. Yeah, we all miss shots. Happens. I'm not going to miss this, though. I'm going to think positively, and let's do this. Wow, we hit that really well. I'm a little straight, honestly. I'm a little straight on this. Oh, I think I can cheat it. I cheated it a little too much there. Okay, we have a long straight one here. If any of you have ever used Shane Van Boning or seen the Shane Van Boning video, I really like what he does on these long straight ones. He says to focus on your eyes on the point where this ball is touching the felt. That's the dead center of the ball. So if you're dead straight and you're aiming for the dead center of the ball, instead of visually trying to hit the center of the ball, shift your eyes to the very bottom of the ball where it touches the felt. You know that's the dead center, right? It has to be. So that kind of helped me. I've been using that technique on the straight shots for a visual, and certainly seems to work well for me. Hopefully it'll work for you too. Ooh, I put a little bit of a spin on that. I didn't want to, but I still managed to pull it off. Hey, we got a run out table. Right on. It's nice to at least get one every episode. I got my one for today, so let's see if we can get, we got 2 racks left. Let's see if we can get another one. We got to definitely break better. But we made a really nice opening shot, that rack. Everything worked out really well for us. We identified the way we wanted to break the balls apart and what was going to happen with like 1, 2, 3, 4. We predicted the path of like 4 different balls in that first shot. And yeah, it wasn't exact, but it was enough to be close. I would say like we were like 90% correct. Obviously, if we hit the shot poorly and we didn't contact the breakout the way we wanted to, we would have had different results. But we visualized what we were going to do. We thought it out thoroughly. We thought through the entire breakout shot, what was going to happen with every ball. And we came out of it with great results. Visualization is huge, guys. Okay, I'm going to try breaking from here this time. A little more head on. Right away, I'm looking at solids. What about you guys? I mean, I got that 2 ball, and I'm wondering if I could see that 2 ball. That's pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Toughest ball on the table? Probably the 4 ball for solids, to be honest. Okay, I can't see the 2 ball, but in the league that I play, you can play a combo. You can play a straight solid combo and keep shooting. You guys in BCA, Billiard Congress of America rules, can you play a striped solid combo and continue shooting? Let me know in the comments if you know. I'm not 100% sure about that. And that's what this tournament I'm playing, that's what it is. So, my toughest ball is the 4, right? So, if I can get on the 4, like right now, somehow, right here, that would be perfect. So actually the combo I'm looking at is to cut this 9 ball off the rail, make the 2, because then I can get the cue ball down here for my 4 ball, right? If I hit it, overcut it, and I go too thin, I got the 5. If I stop short, I still have the 3 or the 1. A lot of options here. So I just want to make sure that I make the combo. You can miss the combo by overcutting this ball into the 11. You have to make sure you get it past the 11 ball, and then I don't think there's any way to miss that 2 ball doing that. So I'm going to visualize hitting this, you know, not even, I don't want to hit it too close to the 11. I don't want to take any risk. So even if it contacts the rail here, it'll come off and go there. So I'm going to try to play position for this 4 ball. I'm going to look at this shot from a distance. Say, okay, how does this look? Can I get there? Looks like I can easily come down this line with the cue ball down here. I'm going to play to this area right here. Now, I don't know if you've watched Andrew Cleary's Just the Tips video, but he has a YouTube channel, Just the Tips. I freaking love it. That guy is awesome. And one of his tips I'm going to use here. He has a tip where if your cue ball is hitting outside of this triangle here, if your cue ball is hitting outside of that, you could potentially scratch here. Right? If you're inside this, it's very difficult to scratch. So you almost don't have to worry about it. If you have a ball here and your cue ball is here, you don't need to worry about scratching into the side. So with that being said, I do have to worry about scratching in the side on this shot, potentially. And another thing is if I hit this poorly, I could hit the 10 and scratch. So that's something that I'm really aware of when I'm shooting this shot, right? The 9 going near the 8. I don't think it's gonna, the way I'm gonna hit it, it's gonna come close. I'm gonna play the 3 ball last probably, and then 8 in the middle. So let's see. Oh, you can't use the 8-ball first, guy? Well, that's interesting. Is that only in VCA or is that also in VNA? I think in VNA you can use the 8-ball if you want, right? Let me know. I'm curious. Whoa! Not quite. Not quite. Hit it a little bit hard. One thing I didn't think about was the 6-ball. It's actually kind of tricky to get on, but it might go past the 9 here now. Still. Looks like I could get it past the 9 if I needed to. I still don't mind the 4-ball here, just because this 14 is blocking my potential scratch. But I want to look at just where I think I'm going to be contacting this 14, because whenever you come into any balls, a lot of bad stuff can happen. The pool gods, you're just taunting the pool gods, aren't you? So this is. So it looks like I'm hitting the left side of this 14, which is going to bring me towards the 6 with the cue ball. I could, if I hit it too soft, I could end up right here and frozen to the 6. So I got to hit this with just a touch of speed so that I even can come into the 6 off the 14. Might even make the 14 if I... So there's a good chance I could even pot the 14 here, to be honest, and the 4. So I think I'm pretty decent on the 4, so that's why I'm going to try it. And it also kind of opens up my 6 if I hit this well. If I hit this well, the rack's over. Might even be able to get under the 14 here. The little outside. Well, potted it. All right. That was one of the options I thought it might happen. So we did think that through correctly. And we ended up fairly decent on this 6 right now. So I'm just going to I'm just going to do a little shot here. Just shoot this 6 in nice and easy. Okay, it would have been nice to get a little more angle. There's a lot of different ways I could do this, but I said I would play the 3 last, so I'm just going to keep with my original plan. Come down here for the 5. Come out to the middle of the table, nothing fancy. I could stop it dead for the 3, a lot of different things. Just want to focus on this shot, visualize it. Don't want to get lazy in these scenarios. Looks like we ran out again. Potential to scratch here, so I'm going to play just a little bottom to make sure. And there you have it. That was rack number 4. On to the 5th and final rack of the evening. My break has been atrocious. One of these times I gotta get my buddy Guy out here to show me how to break the balls. It's literally my weakest thing. So, but that's okay. It's actually not okay, but you know what I mean. I'm working on it. Okay, let me have a little sip of water. Let me check the comments here. Take a short break. Say hi to people. And yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny, you make it seem like I'm the one that lives on the other side of the city. It's actually you. Don't hit any ball, bottom. Oh, you're saying with the 4 ball. You would have played bottom on that? Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I probably could avoid the 8, hey, and went around. Stroked it in. But the reason why I did that, and I don't like to come into other balls either if I can avoid it, but, you know, I weighed the risk there, and I didn't like the way the 6 was sitting. And I thought, you know, as long as I hit it with a decent speed, I'm going to have a shot on that 3 ball. So that's why I did that. But you're right. I mean, a lot of things could have went wrong. Could have froze to the 6, could have tied up the 8. So, yeah. Get on the 6 with bottom. I didn't like that stroke. Honestly, Guy, you'd have to see the shot, but I didn't like the stroke. Like it was too much of a, I don't know. I didn't like that shot that you're suggesting because for me personally, and that's just a personal thing, I find I decelerate on that particular stroke quite a bit. So I didn't feel comfortable hitting that. Like it was like a drag. It was almost like a controlled drag, slow draw kind of shot. And I mess those up. I know I mess those up quite often, especially under the lights. So here, let's do the Mikey break. You know Mike Y, our friend. He always basically breaks 9-ball break on an 8-ball rack. Mikey breaks like this a lot of the time, and it's pretty good. As long as you don't do that, right? That is the danger. But I mean, look at the table. So I'm going to be playing BCA, so I'm going to play ball in hand anywhere on the table. It looks like I made 3 stripes and no solids. So, I mean, do we go for the 10-0 here? Solids, I think, are easier than stripes here. But, you know, stripes are okay too. With stripes, you got the 12 and the 10 that are issues. But you have a ball in hand anywhere on the table, so you could play this 12 and you could literally get on the 10 to come back down for the 14, 15. Or you could play the 12 and then, you know, play the 15, 14 and come back up for the 10. But, you know, you're asking for trouble there, I think. For solids, the trickiest thing is the way these balls are sitting right here. So, you know, I would play the 6 first, probably into this middle. Then I'd play the 1, the 3, maybe get on this 5 to get on either the 2 or the 7 or the 4, or I mean the 2 or the 7. Good finish pattern actually is to play this 4 and then play the 7 in the middle, and then you got easy shape on the 8-ball. So that begs the question: stripes or solids? What do you play? What do you want me to play? I feel confident in being able to run out both. What do you want to see? Guy likes stripes. On the side. And then what, guy? 12 on the side, and then what do? How do you get to the 10 and then back? Do you play on the 10 after the 12? Or do you play for these 2 and then come back? Why? I want to get inside your head. The pattern play of Guy Nicklin. Let's get into it. Another thing with this ball in hand on the 12, I'm hampered, right? Right, Guy? I got issues. It's not easy you can't do much with the cue ball. So maybe going like this and shooting the 12 and coming over here is the safest play. But I think the smartest play is to try to come up here and then come back down. Because if I'm here, dead easy. I just shoot the 14 and come up over here for the 15, and then I could play the 8 into either corner after the 15. Right? So 12 to what? Yeah, that's the 12 by the 7. $12, 13, well, that's a 15, but yeah, 12, 13, 14. Then 10 to get on the 8 in the top right. Oh, that pocket over there for you. Top right? Oh no, this one. This is the 8-ball. This pocket. Okay, so I play the 12 and 13. Where do I get from on the 14 to the 10? 14, come through here. Straight on the 10, I can get over there, or I guess I could play up here and I could come this way, out for the 10 here, and roll down. Yeah. I like that. Okay, let's just do it, man. Enough talking the talk. Let's walk the walk. I hate these side shots on my table though, guy. You gotta see how tight these are. That was brutal. I was playing for the 10 in the corner. I didn't like that. I didn't look at it enough. I could have even played up here for the 10 ball. That was stupid. Okay. Let's make a shot here. We got the 10 ball bank corner. Or we got the 10 ball kick. But the 10 ball kick doesn't leave us any shape. 10 ball cut. Can't really cut it. Let's look at the bank. Using the crisscross method. Crisscross, that's what I use. This bank is almost dead straight in. Let's try the old drawback bank shot. Okay, well, we dogged it. We dogged it, we suck. Now Guy Nicklin runs us out. Okay. Sorry to disappoint there, buddy. I didn't get out. Now, I'm low ball here. And for the amateurs, like mid to low level amateurs, you can't do any harm in calling just a shot here if you're in regular division or Super Vegas even. Just call just a shot, and you know what? Let your opponent kick at this ball, because there's a good chance they're going to break out this cluster for you, and you have so many balls on the table down here that you know, it's a very smart shot to play. Even if they do somehow pot it in, the angle to pot it in off of the kick is sending the cue ball back this way. So even by some chance they make the kick on you, you know, their odds of having a shot in the 8 are slim to none. So playing a stop shot or even rolling up, the farther you roll up over here, you got your opponent kicking at this 10 ball, you know. I mean, it's crazy. But myself, I always try to run out. So another way to play safe here is to break this out on your own and play aggressively, where you're playing a two-way shot. And I'll show you how that goes. So if you're playing in a lower division and your cue ball control isn't amazing, I would probably call just a shot here, and I do this. So I would call just a shot, and I would go, boop. And now if I'm in more of an advanced league, like just slightly more advanced than that, what I do here is I go for this, oh, well, I'm too tight here. I'm going to grab my short cue. But if I'm a little more advanced, I play for this bank side shot here. And I try to bank it in with a two-way shot, right? Just slightly draw back behind the 6. Play this a slow bank because it looks like it's going to bank tight here. And I don't want to hit the 10 ball. So I go for the bank, but play it slow with a little bit of draw. And see, I missed the bank, but I got my safety. Now, if I make the bank, I'm dead in on the 5, and I'm running out. So that was the good stuff right there. So now we're high ball. What do we do here? You know, you could potentially kick this in the corner. You actually have a two rail kick, 10 in the side, and the cue ball comes down for perfect shape on the 8-ball. How crazy would that be? Two rail kick in the side, guy says. Roll the 7. Yeah, I had a lot of different ways to play safe there, but I don't mind this little thing here was blocking the 8-ball. So I thought if I play the 5, then I play the 2, then the 7 goes, the 4 goes, the 1, whatever. But yeah, absolutely. This is the 2 rail kick into the side. How I achieve this is I visualize the ghost ball. I'll visualize the ghost ball right here. And I'll take the middle point between that ghost ball and my cue ball. I'll line that up to the corner pocket, and I'll take the parallel angle to that. And that's how I'm looking to make this 2 rail kick into the side. Now that little 2 rail system, it doesn't work all the time. There are rules. I just learned. There are rules. If you have a line on the table here from this side pocket to this corner, and you have a ball on either side of this, if you have a ball on either side of this, the system will work. You'll get a hit. It's not super accurate, but you'll get a hit. So if you're under a pressure situation, you're worried about getting a hit, that's what I like to rely on these systems for. Sometimes when you're under it, your mind's not working. Maybe you're having a bad day. Your team's picking it up for you all day, which happens a lot for me. My team has to pick me up when I'm playing poorly. And that's the importance of getting on a good team of friends. And Guy knows that really well because they are world champions from VNEA, aren't you, Guy? And those guys, when one of them was playing poorly, the other guys were playing well. So that's what it takes in order to play great team pool. Not everybody's going to be firing on all cylinders all the time. So, okay, let's visualize this. Let's see if we can make this kick. I'm going to show you what I mean. This will be the ghost ball, okay? This will be the ghost ball. I'm imagining this ghost ball right here like this, the potting angle, right? Now what I'm doing is I'm taking a spot between the ghost ball and my cue ball, and I'm putting my tip of my cue right there. Then I'm lining that up to the center of this corner, and then I'm taking a parallel angle to that. And this is where I'm hitting this. And you got to hit it like, obviously, the table comes into play, the rails come into play, the speed comes into play, the spin, all of that. This is just a rough guideline, all right? It's a rough guideline. It's not a perfect system, all right? But it does work fairly well. Okay, so let's take this away. Okay. Okay, well, we got a good hit, right? And we even hit the right side of the ball. So we missed, yes, but we got a good hit. So the easiest safeties to play, like, look, you're playing down here. First thing I do when I look at a safety is, where do I want my cue ball? Bill Gann, a local legend here, told me one time that the most important thing on a safety shot is where you get the cue ball. think about where you want your cue ball. And the thing about it is, if you get your cue ball where you want it to be, you know you're going to have the hook. And so you want to put your cue ball in a place that blocks off most of the table. Right? So behind this 8, frozen to this 8, no one has a jump shot, nothing. That's where you want to be. Right? So, what's the best way to get behind that 8? I don't like one rail to try to come behind. I like 2 rails, always. So again, right here I got the I'll show you a couple of systems to look at this. Here's the ghost ball, and here's the object ball, right? Object ball, ghost ball. Take the middle point, line it to this. Actually, we gotta visualize a ghost ball here, and this. Take the middle point, parallel angle. But the better one that I saw on just the tips was, imagine going 2 rails like this ball going 2 rails. And you look at this back point here, and you aim for this back point, as crazy as it sounds. You aim for this point that's back here on the back of the ball with the center of your cue ball. And that should bring you 1, 2 cushions right in behind the 8 ball. Okay? So let's try that. I know I want to go, I'm going to visualize this with parallel angle, so I know I want to hit here with my cue ball. So I see that point on the back side of the 4. I'm going to aim for that 4 there. Just a little bit of running English. Not too shabby. I hit a little bit thicker than I wanted, but not too shabby. We got a pretty good hook there. Here again, we got that line. So the 2 rail kick system will work for this 10 and cue ball here. It will work for this. So again, let's just look at the hit. Take the center point. Visualize the center point between those 2. Right? Line that up to any corner pocket. In this case, it's this corner. Try to take the parallel angle to that. And that should be the 2 rail hit. Right? But actually here, I'm not frozen to the 8. I don't need to play the 2 rail. I can play the 1 rail, which is what I'm going to attempt. Now with the 1 rail kick, I have another kind of little system. If you have a cue ball in the hole here, and you shoot off of this horn right here, your cue ball will bank into this corner pocket. If you're anywhere on this side, and you take that parallel angle, that's going to get you to the corner pocket. So in this case, I know hitting it here is going to bank me into the corner pocket. Right? It's going to get me right through there. So I have to hit it a little bit wider than the corner pocket in this case. Right? So the edge of my cue ball would hit here. And actually I would catch the top side of this. So if I hit this with just a touch of running side, I have a chance to make this 10 ball in the corner actually. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the 8, but I'm going to call the 10 into the corner. And I'm hoping that even if I miss, I don't scratch, but I leave the cue ball down here somewhere. So let's see how this works. So it's parallel. And we're going to play just a little bit of running side on this to widen it, to hit that 10 square. Not bad, we hit it pretty square, right? The system works fairly well. And trust me, every time you make a hit, it's not what your opponent wanted. They wanted a ball in hand. So you're putting them under pressure. Every time you're hitting the ball well and keeping the cue ball on the table, you're putting your opponent under pressure. And I've seen some funny things happen where people try to play a safety, you keep putting them under pressure, you keep kicking the ball, and eventually they give up an easy ball in hand, like they hit something too soft and don't touch a rail or things like this, right? So keep that in mind. So I could play safe here, or I could play two-way. In this position, I like to play a two-way shot, because I know if I'm here, my opponent doesn't have the, if I'm in this area, my opponent doesn't have a shot. They may have a jump shot, but I also have a shot. So I'm going to play for here, right? And you want to think about, oh, what if I hit it too thin? What if I hit it too thick? And you're going to have to play a little game with yourself. Is it better to hit this thick potentially, or is it better to hit this thin? If I were going to miss this in any way, and you don't want to really think about missing, but if you think, if there was a way that I did accidentally miss this ball, would it be better to miss it thick or thin? You know, you have to, if you could take that into consideration as well, that's just more information that's going to help your shot. So I don't plan on missing this, but if I do, it's probably a little better to hit it wide. So well, we got there. Okay, but we might have sold out the shot there. Pretty close. But now we're in here. We got good position here to get out. We just got to play our. I didn't even look at this 2-ball goes. I thought it did. I assumed it did. Good thing the 7 does go. So I'm gonna play down for the 7 ball here. I got better on the 2. Let's see if the 2 does go. I'm a little better on it. I think it'll squeak in, so let's try it. Okay. So these kind of scenarios, what's the right shot? Well, the right shot, to be honest, is to stay away from this 10 ball. And the right shot is also always what's more comfortable for you. What's going to keep you at the table. I mean, you know, you got to play the percentages, right? So if I play this 6 and I play poorly, you know, I could be in some real trouble. So I'm playing this 7, and I'm playing it with the intention of getting past this line, on or past this line of the cue ball over here, right? Another thing I could do is I could actually draw this over here for the 6, right? Which is a pretty safe shot too, because if you miss this and you play a good stroke on it, you're leaving a bank, right? Which is, well, I learned last league night that you don't want to leave someone a bank, but anyway, that's another story. So I'm kind of funny on this. I'm kind of jacked up. Got to stun it. You know, it's not the funnest shot to play, actually. but here goes. Play that with a stun so that I can get over here for the 8-ball. There we go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You got any questions, comments, concerns, complaints? Bring it. Thanks. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Yeah, those Super Premier players can bank for sure. Oh well. Take care, guy. Yeah. Anyway, so stay tuned to my channel. I have a few new videos I'm going to work on starting tonight, and I'm going to release a couple of drill videos, which I did recently. I thought, you know what? I was motivated. I saw Darren Appleton's new drill, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. And I ended up completing it, so I'm going to make a video of that. And, you know, my usual drill video. I'll put it to some cool music, put some sound effects in there, make it fun. And then I have another one. And then I also did a trick shot that I'm going to make probably a short video or a TikTok or something like that. My daughter, I don't have TikTok, but my daughter might make a TikTok. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And just like to thank everybody for tuning in again. And until next Saturday, have yourselves a fantastic weekend. Where's my comment section here? Okay, thanks everybody. Have a good night.